Hi everyone, this is day 14 of 31 Days of Strange. So if you made it this far and been watching these, thank you. If you're just passing through, thank you. So this is going to be, of course, the day 14. So again, follow yesterday's suit and still filming since I pre-filmed most of these because of time and energy, of course, is that this is going to be for the day of 14 in a continuation having to do with TypeO Negative, since it's October Rest Month. And one of my favorite things, my favorite band, and my favorite lustful things, and music, it marries well in my everyday life, the mundane and the magic. So it's one of my favorite elements is music, but the love of the band and the love of the dark aesthetic. Again, things I love and marry together. So this is just another rambling TypeO Negative. I've shown this before, like many months ago, maybe the beginning of this year. My channel's evolved since then, already several times, and morphed, but that's who I am too. I morph and evolve. So with that being said, this is just a work in progress, and what I'm going to be doing is, this is my oracle deck with images I took off the internet. Again, still working on it, so there's not many here. I'm not actually going to do a flip through of this. I call this my Black Rainbows deck on that 12 Black Rainbows, which is one of my favorite TypeO songs. Many are, but that is one of my top of the list of a song. So yes, I would love to get like some type of tattoo inspired by that song or many others, but I don't have enough body canvas and I'm indecisive, as I mentioned in my last video about my tattoo. So if you haven't watched that, check that out. It's my one of my tributes to TypeO Negative, and best tribute of all, it's on my body and it's a great work of art. So yes, so this is just going to be a fun card pull for the day as a message from my oracle that I'm working on, from myself, my guides, the dark gloomy October Rest Month, and of course from things that maybe Peter's spirit will come through. Well, that would be lovely and fucking divine, but it's probably, who knows, he probably wouldn't bother with someone like me anyways, but oh well. Either case, if he does, that's great too. So here's just the backings of the deck, the October Rust album cover, of course. I made this from Make Playing Cards. Again, it's just a work in progress. So there's not many here. I'm not doing a flip through. I'm seeing here what the for today, day 14th, being Monday. And if you're in the U.S., it's kind of Indigenous Peoples Day, formerly known as Columbus Day. If you're fortunate enough like me, I have today off for day 14, or do. Much needed. Trust me, in my fucking opinion. If you work in retail or customer service in any carnation or have, you can relate to how much work and how much that dictates your life. So let's see what the oracle has for today for the collective and my guides, just as a fun piece of enjoyment and darkness and goth for the month of the October Rest Month. But for today, which is October 14th, what type of guidance do we have for the day, for the collective and whom this may resonate with? Okay. Now, these don't have titles on them. Again, it's a work in progress, so I go by my interpretation of the images and how they come up and how my guides do. My guides have a great sense of humor, much like myself, of course. And so, as you can see, a lovely, lustful card. Okay, one of my favorite images. Well, how can I not go with any wrong images of Peter? But yeah. So, this card for today actually indicates on that the power of lust and love and intimacy. That's how I'm saying it for today. So that means enjoy something dark and delicious and lustful, and possibly sinful. Now, that doesn't mean you should go out and do anything that's going to be extremely detrimental to yourself or to others, or spend thousands of dollars that you don't have, or that you're going to regret moments or any time in the future. That means being decadent with your life or something. That means getting yourself that more expensive cup of coffee, having a few extra cigarettes. I certainly miss clove cigarettes myself, despite I haven't had them in years. There's reasons behind that, of course, and respectful reasons. But I certainly do miss that, so that would be something I would probably lust or love after today. Have that glass of wine or two that you enjoy that might be a little, or expensive shot of liquor, or wear more expensive, extravagant clothing. And most of all, value your intimacy with your relationships, with your partner, and if you don't have a partner or a spouse, with yourself on that. Find the lust in the situation, the enjoyment, the delight, the desire. It's also talking about desire, about your relationships on that. So, and again, just what's a bit deviant and fun. So to clarify that just for today, I'm going to pull one more card. So let's see what it has to clarifier for lust, desire, wanting, and intimacy today, and just falling into the simple pleasures and being a bit more lustful and kind, and giving in to yourself and being that. Nothing wrong with that on occasion. We all do need more pleasure in our lives, especially with the things that we face. So what message do we have in clarification to today's message or cards? Okay, with that, of course, the classic black and green. This is from the After Dark cover, which is like one of their concerts or bootleg things. Now, this one here, as you see, will be trees, kind of like what my TypeO is inspired by, or was inspired by, should I say. And also, you will see sort of like a cemetery gate entrance or part of a cemetery, of course. I love cemeteries, who doesn't? They're a place of peace, reflection, and final resting, and a reminder that at some point we're all going to meet death. But that doesn't mean it's the ending. That's a different type of beginning in itself. And it's a place of stillness, a place that reminds us of our mortality, but also of our loved ones and of memories of the past and our connection to our ancestors and the land. Often standing stones that are going to be here long before us, meaning the cemetery monuments are going to be here long before us and long after us, and how, again, one's memory and one's connection does apply even after the physical death and being in a physical vessel. So this is telling me on that to, again, because it's a bit darker too and has that aspect, that find peace with your desires. They're not something sinful or shameful. Find peace with them in a happy medium. Embrace them. Maybe reflect on them. There's no reason to push them down. Again, unless they're extremely harmful or detrimental, again, to yourself or to others. But to find peace on that, look to your own dark divine, your own shadow, that which you kind of keep away from the world, but you know is there. Maybe something of darker literature you want to read, darker movies if you're like me, music, cemeteries or places more the macabre nature, or museums you may want to look at too. Reflect on that night side of yourself, your energy and your magic. If you are a practitioner or into spirituality, or you're into witchcraft and the occult like myself, then of course this is also saying to face your darker side and embrace that with a lustful pleasure way, and in a consensual way, meaning how this shows a relationship with another. Make sure if you are doing things in a relationship or certain circumstances, make sure it's consensual, that's all, in a great way on that. But again, find peace with your desires, your lust, and your intimacy. Intimacy with others and yourself, whatever that may look at. So that's today's reading on that. To be lustful, find your pleasures, big and small, and in between, and find peace with them and with your desire. That just doesn't just mean sexual desire. That can be your desire with your goals, your life, or what you're setting forth on that. That's a reminder for today to do so. And with that, stay negative, and thanks for watching.